I'm in my friend Matt's basement right now. I'm helping my boys make their Pinewood Derby cars for the race coming up next week. You might be asking, why am I in my friend's basement instead of my own basement? And I'll tell you, it's because it's organized. You want some sandpaper? What kind? You have a whole library of sandpaper. Hammers?
Okay.
Got those. You want a drill? We got drills. And now to contrast, I don't know if I want to show you this. This is my basement. Need a hammer? How about a badminton birdie? To be fair, I don't do a lot of work down here because I can't. But also I'm not a woodworker like Matt is. My domain is upstairs. This is much better. Actually, this is much better. Okay, so even my office isn't always the best example of tidiness, but at least I can work here, and oh, there's that hammer I was looking for. Taking a little time to get and stay organized can go a long way to securing business success. And I'm not just talking about using label makers and making sure the document gets in the proper file folder. I want to talk about 4 different categories of organization and offer some practical tips that you can do right now to work more effectively, boost your confidence, and help you stay out of trouble with the government and your spouse. Tip number 1, organize your money. Don't commingle your business finances with your personal finances. If everything's mixed up, you are going to have a heck of a time during tax season. It's not going to give you much clarity into how your money is working and where it's going. You're opening yourself up to the potential risk of people taking your personal assets if they sue your business, if you don't have a clear division there. And you're also not treating your business as a business, which means you're not treating yourself as a business professional. And you should. A very easy, practical thing that you can do right now is to open a separate business bank account. And if I could offer a recommendation for a banking platform, I can't speak highly enough of Relay. And while they are the sponsor of today's video, they are not paying me to say anything that I don't mean. I've been using Relay for a few years now, and I genuinely like it. I recommend it to you. There is no minimum balance requirement. You can open up multiple accounts so you can get even more organized. They have features that allow you to automatically divvy up your income into those different accounts. So if you're following the profit first method or another cash flow management system, they got you covered. And they are extending a very generous sign-up bonus for Friends of Self-Employment Sidekick. Sign up with my link, sidekick.show/relay before the end of January, and make an initial deposit of $100 or more, and they will give you $100. You deposit $100, they deposit $100. And full disclosure, I'll get a little bonus too. It's a great way that you can support the channel and help me continue making helpful content like this. I personally use and enjoy Relay, but there are a lot of other banking options out there. Just pick one. Do this. Get a separate business bank account. Tip number 2, organize your mind. Write things down. This is helpful for anybody, but especially if you're freelancing and growing a side gig in addition to balancing another job, family, maybe you're in school. Everybody has a lot going on at any given moment, and it's easy to lose track of things. I get easily scattered-brained, and one of the single most helpful things and simplest things that I have found to stay unscattered is to write things down. Honestly, this part of the video is more of a reminder for me than anybody else, but it is so good to get stuff out of your brain into writing so you have something you can refer back to, keep track of where you're at, make sure things don't slip through the cracks. Just take it from Mr. Sorry for the Delayed Response. And check this out. A while ago, I even created this little template. It's called the Sidekick Sheet. It's basically a glorified to-do list, but has a few more bells and whistles. You can learn more about it and download it for free at selfemploymentsidekick.com. But I haven't been using this for the past few months because things have been busy, I got scattered, and the tool that I created to help me stay unscattered went neglected, and guess what happened? Things got even more scattered. So You need to be intentional to break yourself out of the downward scatter spiral, and one of the easiest ways you can do that is to start making a checklist. Tip number 3, organize your space. I already gave you the workshop example. If you don't know where your stuff is, you're going to waste a lot of time and energy trying to find the tools you need to get the job done. And not only does that take away your effectiveness, that increases your frustration, and you're just not going to have as good a time doing your work if you're spending a lot of it just running around trying to figure out how to do it. A recipe might say it takes 40 minutes to prep and cook a chicken marsala, but if you don't have the ingredients on hand, you're going to spend an additional 2 hours driving out to the store and getting everything else ready. So keep the tools you need handy and organize. I know I have all the ingredients, but I have to spend 15 minutes digging through my spice cabinet to find them. Now this can apply to your physical space as well as your digital space. Now don't worry, I'm not going to preach at you about inbox zero and email hygiene and digital asset management because I'd be a total hypocrite if I did. But I do use business management software to keep track of my clients, my invoices, my projects. There's a lot of different options out there to help you centralize all of your business stuff. I'm currently using Moxie, and I made a video about that, walking through the interface. I really enjoy that. But Bonsai, and.co, now Fiverr Workspace. I know people like Honeybook and Dubsado. Is that one? There's a lot. They each have slightly different feature sets and interfaces, so play around with a few different options and find one that works best for you. But I highly recommend investing a little bit of money into a service like this. Not only does it help you stay more organized, but it also helps you appear more professional to your clients when you're sending branded invoices and offering digital payment options. And it makes you feel more professional. Maybe it's a little silly, but I remember when I started using and.co, now it's Fiverr Workspace, that was like a turning point. I felt like, wow, okay, I'm really doing this business thing. I realize each of these organization tips have a very practical aspect, but also kind of a mindset aspect. You know, it's not just about being able to find a hammer, it's about feeling like a hammer. Tip number 4, organize your time. And it sounds like I'm actually running out of time, so I'll keep this quick. Create and keep schedules. Some people have this down to a science, and they'll time block every 15 minutes of their day, have everything completely mapped out. I don't do this, but I have been experimenting and enjoying the benefits of creating predictable flows throughout the week, and even trying to break down the day at least into half days and assign the morning for one sort of work and the afternoon for another. Use a calendar to keep track of appointments. Make sure you're not missing those, especially if you are married or work closely with other people who have their own schedule that they keep. Use a shared calendar feature to help you stay on the same page. And lastly, this isn't that much about organization, but protection of your time and your personal life. Set a hard stop on your workday, especially if you are self-employed and you don't have somebody else enforcing a hard start and stop time for you. Do your best to set one for yourself. Get to your desk by a certain time and get away from it by a certain time. Because while it's nice to have time flexibility, if you're not careful, you can use that flexibility to stretch in to time that should be dedicated to your family. On that note, it's dinner time, so I gotta run, but thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. And let me know, is there something I missed? Is there a method you have found success with, or a tool you really like using? Feel free to share that in the comments below. I always love learning and hearing what you guys are up to and have to share with the rest of the community. And if there's anything else I can do to help you along your self-employment journey, you can reach out to me at selfemploymentsidekick.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.